Alright, how's it going everyone? It's McQueen. I got a quick little update video for you. I have been keeping an eye on SpongeBob Tower Defense because I do like this game. I don't want it to die. I just feel like it's been going down a really bad path for a while. So we're going to take a look at this summer roadmap that they dropped and talk about, do I think any of this is actually going to be good for the game and save the game, or is it all just going to be a nothing burger? Okay, so first things first, we've got this event part 2 Goo Lagoon. If I understand this correctly, this is basically just a continuation of the event with some bug fixes and one new exotic unit. This does nothing. This does not save the game. It might increase the player count for a little bit because every half an hour you earn one of these crates for free, so you're going to have a lot of people just like AFK on the game or whatever, or just on the game to earn this free unit, but this doesn't actually save the game. If you watched my last video, I think the main problem with the game, and maybe if you're newer or the game is fresh to you, then you don't have this problem. But if you were grinding for like months like I was, and you're almost level 10,000 like I was, and you have everything, the problem is the game is just not really fun, right? Like, the game is not really fun. And the most recent update that they dropped, which was Goo Lagoon Part 1, basically just felt like a chore. They were asking you, hey, come and slave away your summer, a week and a half of your summer, doing our challenges that you've already done who knows how many times. Yeah, just come slave away a week and a half of your summer. Why would anyone want to do that? Like, it just doesn't make sense, bro. So this update, I don't really think it's going to do anything for the game. This update could potentially do something for the game, although here's the thing. They already said that they were doing a faction overhaul. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but back after the first season of factions, the very, very first faction season, they said that they were going to be doing this big faction overhaul, and then, like, just nothing happened. Like, factions mostly stayed the same. So I don't know if they're actually going to be doing a big overhaul and what that entails, because they've already said this before. They've literally already said they were doing a faction overhaul before, and basically nothing really happened. People have been asking for these two units for a long time. Hopefully they're not like crazy, crazy hard to earn, because I know that these are just super dope units that a lot of people are going to want. But the main thing that matters is this fun? We don't know what Turf Wars is going to be, but is Turf Wars itself going to be fun? Screw the units, bro. I don't care about units. This game has more than enough units. That is not the problem. What this game needs is fun content that does not feel like a chore to do, right? That's what this game needs, not more units. This next thing, again, a new game mode. This could be good, potentially, right? Like, if we zoom in on these, it's kind of hard to read them. I know Blam looked at them. I hope these are just placeholder cards, because these don't really look that good, to be honest with you. But they very likely are just placeholder cards. But really, I think if the roguelike game mode is good, is going to come down to how much recycled content there is and how good the cards are. How good are the cards? How fun are they to use? How much recycled content is there? I think that if they do it in a way where you just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger, like, you see how there's a lot of negatives? If they somehow find a way to, even if they give you negatives, if they find a way to make the positives offset the negatives, they can make it where if you're smart and you use strategy, you're actually able to keep pushing further and further and further in waves than you'd normally be able to. Something like that would be really cool if they execute it properly. This is a big if. This could be very cool, and it could be very good for the game. It could be exactly what we need. Fun content that does not feel like a chore to do, right? And it's not like a macro game mode. Like, this, I don't think would be a macro game mode at all. So, like, this is good. If they can execute it properly. If they can execute this properly, this is a W update. The units, I'm going to be honest, I don't care about. Game has more than enough units. New units coming in updates is fine, but that's not what saves the game. Like, units are good, but if the game's content isn't fun, it doesn't matter what units you add. The pets feature, now they did say that pets will follow you around the lobby and give you a boost, so they won't just be cosmetic. That does worry me a little bit, that there's going to be like paid only pets, right? I don't mind some pets necessarily being paid, but they shouldn't just be straight up better than other pets, and they also shouldn't be paid only if they're going to provide a buff and they're not just cosmetic. I think they should do more paid cosmetics. I don't know why they don't. I think that would be a really good way to try to like make, you know, just money. Like paid mounts and more paid cosmetics. I don't know. Maybe they'll do more of that eventually. They're going to be adding exotic treasure chest. I don't really know how to feel about this. I'm going to be honest with you. They said that you'll be able to earn secrets and exotics in here. And then they said there's going to be 3 new units when the chest refresh. I assume it's 3 instead of 2 is because we'll be getting a mythic, a secret, and an exotic. So now the exotic is going to be the thing that you like really want to chase from these new chests. I also don't know how hard these are going to be to earn, or if you're going to be able to craft them. I don't know. Like, there's not really enough information to say if this is going to be an L or a W. We just don't have enough info. And then the Tower of Karate. This is something that I've been waiting for a long time. Here's the thing. This could either be a massive L or a massive W. It really comes down to like this one and this one of how well do they execute this mode. I know I've heard Blam talk about it a lot where he says if this just ends up being like an infinite tower mode, it's not going to do anything for the game. It's just going to be another macro simulator, macro fest. I agree. This needs to actually have depth. And I know they've talked a little bit how they want it to get harder. So you want to use like weaker units early on, right? But I think what this really should be is this has to be a thing where you're only in the tower, and as you go up, like the tower levels look different and they change, and there's lots of strategy and theory crafting involved. Like, this needs to bring new content that is fun, that has actual strategy and theory crafting and those sorts of things. If they can successfully do that with this, I think this update is going to bring a lot of attention to the game, and it could maybe bring a lot of people back, and just overall be a massive addition, W addition to the game, because this is the type of stuff that the game needs. When I first saw their video on the thumbnail, where it's just like, new unit coming, free to play exotic, the game is saved or whatever, but I couldn't help but laugh and just think like they lost the plot. Like, the problem, in my opinion, is not free to play versus pay to win. I've spent like $10 on the game and I have mostly everything. The problem is not pay to win. The problem is that the game is just not fun, bro. The game is not fun. It feels very just tedious and monotonous. Like, I think this new update is a perfect example. The new update is them asking you to slave away like a week and a half of your summer on a tedious, monotonous game mode. Who wants to do that, bro? Maybe some people. And hey, if you want to do that, I'm not knocking you, bro. If that's what you find fun, go right ahead. But I don't know, man. I want to like actually do something with my time. I'm getting older, man. I can't be wasting my time like this. But anyways, with all that being said, I think that's it for the video. If you made it to the end, as always, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Peace. Quick little tidbit that I want to throw in. In my last video, I said if the game keeps going at this rate, the game is going to end up in 6 months. My prediction was 6 months. The game would end up below 10K average active viewers, right? Because I think it was at like 13K when the update first hit. Bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, what? It took like 4 days, 4 or 5 days, and it's already below. Yeah. That's... Is this update that bad? I think it is personally, but I don't know what like everybody else thinks. Do you guys think this update is as bad as I do? Let me know. I feel like the player count is saying yes, it is that bad, but I want to know what you guys actually think. So let me know in the comments below.